disrupt or to be disrupted? That's the question that many of you have probably asked yourself in view of digitalization and other technological advances that are transforming your industries. To be successful in the long run, companies must learn to do both. They need to enhance their innovation capabilities to become disruptors, and they need to deal with disruption. This video focuses on the second topic, learning to live with disruption. The good news is that there are 6 generic responses to disruption. Thinking through all 6 options when facing disruption ensures that you do not destroy value by jumping into wrong conclusions. Here they are. First, do nothing. That might sound weird, but it is essential to make a step back and rationally evaluate whether disruption actually harms your business or has a strong potential to do so in the future. Sometimes innovations that are perceived as a threat create adjacent markets or simply increase market share. Think back to the introduction of white-labeled bottled water, which are sold in supermarkets for about 30% less than the established brands, Evian or Perrier, to mention just a few. What first looked like a disruption actually increased the size of the bottled water market because it moved bottled water consumption to mainstream. Option number 2, enhance your existing business. If it is possible to enhance your current product, service, or business model sufficiently to maintain an advantage over the disruption, do so. Nespresso's response to the eco-friendly, cheaper coffee capsules sold in supermarkets is a good example. Nespresso increased its focus on superior customer experience, it invested heavily in advertising to build its brand, and it set up capsule recycling points to become more competitive in terms of environmental sustainability. However, please watch out. This option can become a trap if the disruptive innovation becomes better and better while you only enhance your business incrementally. At some point, the disruptive innovation is good enough for a majority of the customers, and that is when you go out of business or become a niche player. This is what is called the innovator's dilemma. It can, however, be avoided with strategic option number 3. Play both games. If there are synergies between your old business model and the disruptive innovation, either acquire a disruptor or copy its business in addition to keeping your old business. A good example for that strategy is the launch of German wings, now called Eurowings, by Lufthansa, or the launch of online banks by established retail banks. Think about ING Direct by ING or Boursorama by Société Générale. A more recent example would be the launch of Daimler's car-sharing platform, Car2Go. Very often, cannibalization poses a huge threat in these kind of scenarios. But please remember, if there are cannibals in the jungle, make sure they're part of your family. Option number 4 is to build the best of both worlds. Combine selected elements of the disruption with strengths of your existing business. Example would be hybrid cars, or Tag Heuer's connected modular watch, which permits the customer to exchange the connected module with a mechanical one. The good news for the incumbent is that this approach is extremely difficult to copy by the disruptor. Depending on the characteristics of the market and the disruption, hybrids can be a lasting or only a temporary solution before moving to option number 5. Embrace the innovation. If the disruption is simply superior to your way of doing business, adopt it and scale it up using your existing resources and capabilities. I'm fully aware that this is easier said than done because it requires massive transformation. But it is possible, even for conglomerates. Think about Jeff Immelt and what he's done at GE. In many cases of digital disruption, this will be the final option for incumbents. But there is yet one more strategic option to consider: to partner. You can partner with the disruptor if your resources and capabilities are complementary and partners are interdependent. That is, each of them needs the other to succeed. A good example here would be Facebook and its cooperation with the mobile operator Telenor. Of course, Facebook Messenger and WhatsApp disrupt the messaging business of mobile operators. But at the same time, these applications drive mobile internet uptake and generate data traffic. Furthermore, Facebook needs network operators for providing access to its content. So there is a mutual dependency. Additionally, Telenor and Facebook cooperate in data analytics, with both of them sharing data and capabilities. Alternatively, you might want to partner with your direct competitor to counterbalance the disruption. Partnering with your competitors is difficult, but it's often the best option if the disruption comes from one of the big dominant platforms, Google, Amazon, or Alibaba if you're further east. One example is the company here, which provides precision mapping and location services. It's owned by German automakers and offers an alternative to using Google Maps for navigation systems. Now, to wrap it all up, there are 6 options for dealing with disruption. First, do nothing. Second, enhance your current business. Third, play both games. Fourth, build the best of both worlds. Fifth, embrace innovation. And sixth, partner. Of course, these options are not mutually exclusive. Very often, companies move from one option to the next, depending on the threat this disruption poses. My recommendation would be, think through all strategic options before deciding how you respond to the next disruption you face.